This is Angeli here with Cosmic Vibes Tarot. I want to talk about something that relates to something a little different, although we could include the tarot with it. I want to talk about the magician. Um, it's kind of related to ego, I guess. What I want to talk about is 9 signs that your ego is in control of your life. I recently had an incident. I don't even want to call it an incident, an event, an adventure, an experience with a dear old friend. And things happened that made me think about a lot of things and about our relationship, and if it's something that I really, really want to keep pursuing because of how things played out. And, you know, sometimes in life sometimes we have to recap and figure out who's for us and who's against us. And those who are not with us are against us, and we need to kind of step off, walk away. So, sign number 1 that your ego is control of your life. Too much is never enough. Greed comes in many forms, and sometimes it can come in the form of being greedy with attention. Some people think they need to have all the attention. That could waver off into maybe narcissistic tendencies, but I'm not talking about a narcissist right now. I'm talking about ego and ego problems. We've all experienced them, and if you haven't, well, I think that might be an ego trip saying, hey, not me. But at one time or other in life, we will experience something that causes our ego. You know, they say pride comes before a fall. So sometimes people can be egotistic in the way of not letting you shine your light at the cost of them being able to shine their light. That's one way that too much is never enough, and they can be the show stealers. Okay? I'm sure you know a few of those. If you don't, hold on, you'll find them, or they'll find you. Okay? Second sign that you're letting your ego control your life: disliking when other people succeed. Can you remember a time when someone else received something that you had hoped to get? What was your reaction to that? Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe somebody received something that you got, or maybe you got something that somebody else wanted to get. Either way, I think I said that right. Anyway, sometimes when people receive good things, we're not always happy for them. And that can really cause abundance to be repelled from us. If we're not happy for others, somewhere inside we're not happy for ourselves either. And that can be another sign that ego is in control. When you have your ego under control and somebody wins the lottery or gets a promotion, or they get a new car, or they get a raise, or they win a gift card or something, we should be happy for them, because when we're happy for them, then we draw so much more abundance to ourselves, and good things come to us because we're resonating to the frequency of happy. You know, we're doing this, and the universe is going, yay, back. Okay, so it wants to send us the good things that we're happy for. Okay. The third sign that ego is in control is when they redirect attention back to themselves. Have you ever been talking to someone and they're talking and talking and talking and you can never get a word in edgewise? And then when you finally do, and you're trying to maybe redirect the conversation to something more positive because they're really talking about something that's negative, they just redirect it back. It's like they put pause and they didn't hear anything in between pause and back to me. And they just kept going where they left off at without even acknowledging that you said anything to them. You know anyone like that? Boy, do I know quite a few. And I can't tell you the countless times that I have tried to redirect conversations only for them to go right back to their problem. Okay? So, someone who keeps redirecting back to themselves, they're not thinking about you, they're not thinking about anything else, they're thinking about their immediate self and their immediate situation and their circumstance. So, that's another sign. All right. Sign number 4, the ego is in control of your life. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Or maybe you know somebody that's constantly comparing themselves to others, right? Okay. Sometimes people can be so caught up in what other people think about them, or they'll be thinking that this person is more talented, this person is more attractive, this person is smarter than me, this person is more successful than me. But you know what? We each have our own special, unique gifts, and we need to use those. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's a waste of time and energy for you. You know, you deserve better. Your energy is precious and valuable. And how can you compare yourself to someone else when you are unique? You know, you are a wonderfully made, unique individual, and you have a special gift that no one else has. Each one of us on this earth have at least one special gift that no one else is good at. We just have to find it and learn how to use it, okay? Sign number 5, the ego is controlling your life. Craving respect and recognition. Sometimes people will go to any lengths to get respect and recognition, and they will want to feel validated. And that's all good. It's okay to want to be validated. It's okay to want to feel appreciated. But are you taking it too far? Sometimes people can take this over the top, and it's like they have to be validated for every single little thing. It's like, how am I doing? Did I do this okay? And they want everyone to pat them on the back or say, hey, great job. But you know, we're capable of validating ourselves. And when it all comes down to it, the only person whose opinion really counts is your own. Did you know that? Sign number 6 that your ego is in control of your life. Always being defensive. You know, the ego is something that will protect and defend itself from unpleasant feelings no matter what. Okay? Have you ever known people who will take a subtle disagreement and turn it into a full-blown argument? Yeah. They're always on the defensive about anything and everything. You could say something nice to them and they will find a way to make it into a defensive argument. I have experienced that quite a few times. These type of people may perceive resistance to their thoughts and their actions as attacks against them. And that's all they see. They can't see the other side of the coin. You know, it's amazing sometimes how the ego can create such a negative response in people. Sign number 7 that the ego is in control. Have you noticed that in our culture today, we don't have community anymore? Have you noticed that people are it's all self-centered. It's very individualistic, very self-serving. People are out for themselves. They're not out to help anybody else. You don't see a lot of people going out of their way to help each other anymore. When I was little, everybody helped everybody. We came together. Our community, our neighborhoods were family. I mean, even if they weren't blood family, they were family. We all got together, and when tough times arose, everybody pulled together. I remember one time when I was little, the blizzard of 78. We got snowed in. I lived out in the country. We had drifts. I had fun playing in it. But we had drifts that were over my head at the time. And my dad, he had to be flown in to work via a helicopter and back home. And we were, our fuel, we had a fuel tank. We didn't have regular gas like we do now. Just turn on a switch and the gas heats up the furnace or whatever. We had a fuel tank that we were supplied with gas. And the workers out there who were trying to clear the roads, I remember my mother, she invited everyone in. She had coffee going constantly. She was baking and making food, feeding everyone out there. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do anything like that. But she did out of the kindness of her heart. That's just the kind of person she was. I had a great mother, you know? And she was there to help. And we've lost sight of that in this time and age, this day and age. So that's another sign that your ego may be controlling your life, is if you're not really helping others, you're just helping yourself. Sign number 8 that the ego is in control of your life: setting unattainable goals. What do I mean by this? Sometimes we can set goals that are healthy, and we set them in a position where we know that we can reach them. Or if they're just out of reach, it makes us work harder to attain them. But some people can go way off the charts, and they can set unrealistic goals that just prove to be counterproductive. It's often done out of pride and ego because they want the world to think that they are better than everybody else, and they can do it. And the end result is they don't achieve them, and that just makes them feel worse. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times myself. I'm not afraid to admit that. And part of getting the ego in control is learning to know when it's controlling you and how to stop it. And I think we're all on that path. Some of us are here, some of us are here, some of us are here, and some of us are way back here. But it doesn't matter. We're all on the path to becoming the better versions of ourselves. Okay. The last and final sign, number 9, that your ego is in control is manipulating others. How many times have you been around people who manipulate you to do what they want? People like this, they set high expectations for themselves, and therefore they set high expectations for others. I've done that before too. I'll be the first to admit it. And that's still part of who I am. I still set high expectations for myself, but I've learned not to set the bar so high for other people. I still have there's a borderline between being positive and negative for me, and that's a work in progress for me. But again, like I said, learning to control your ego is learning to sometimes let go and allow and release some of that control and learn how to balance the scales, you might say. You know, when it comes to manipulation and control, egotists are not afraid to throw a compliment or two your way to get what they want. They think it's like throwing a bone to an eager dog, sort of. It's they think you should be extremely grateful. I had a friend who, let me tell you, oh my goodness, this friend done a few nice things for me, and of course I worked for them. But then after all was said and done, when they wanted something from me, they brought up all of the good deeds that they did for me and used that as an excuse to get what they wanted. I'll give you an example. A guy who employed me one time decided that he liked me and wanted to have a relationship with me. I made it very clear I did not. And he insisted on putting his hands in places that his hands were not meant to go. And when I smacked him, yes, I smacked him. Straight up smacked him because I warned him first. And I told him if he did it again, I was going to smack him. And he did it again. And I kept my word. But the point is, he said, well, I've done this for you and I've done that for you. And the next thing that came out of my mouth was, that still does not give you the right to put your hands in places I didn't give you permission to put them. So this is a form of manipulation, and this is something that you should look out for. If you're not the one doing the manipulating, someone else may be doing it to you. So there you have it. Those are the 9 signs that your ego might be in control of your life. I might do a future video on how to reverse that and take the control out of the ego. But for now, I love you all. Thank you for watching. If you like, click the subscribe button, tap the notification bell. Make sure you tap it twice and click on all notifications or you won't get any notifications. And then leave a comment and share this video if you like. All right, peace, my lovelies. Have a great day. Mwah.